Hey guys, what is up? It is Lake here, coming at you with another video. Now today I'm going to be doing a server video just because not too much news happening in gaming. Obviously the gaming videos will pick back up more around Destiny 2 for PC release and COD World War 2. Obviously tons of gaming videos will be coming out. Just right now I don't want to bore you guys with gaming videos when there's really nothing new happening. I just figured, I'm just okay, why do gaming videos right now until the new games come out? Because really nothing's going on in gaming, not really until later this month. So I'll definitely be bringing content. I'm not quitting gaming or anything like that, and I'm not quitting YouTube. Some of you guys think I'm moving to Vimeo or something. No, we're staying on this, just because it's YouTube. I mean, as crappy as it gets, if you see me, and I can post stuff on it, don't really matter what happens. That's not really my purpose of doing any of this, any of the money or crap. I don't really care. I'm just doing this because it entertains me, and it's kind of cool to entertain some of you guys and teach you new stuff. So that's what I'm really planning to do on this server series, is educate those who are interested, and kind of show you my errors and kind of my thing through it, because I know enough where I can work my way through this stuff and teach you guys a bit. So basically I'm going to be telling you guys my Homelab objectives. So let's get right into it. So my first project, I'm kind of looking at an Excel sheet. I have a table built up with projects tab, a date complete tab, and the server IP tab. Also, if I didn't tell you guys, I did get another 11th gen server. You'll have to wait to see. I mean, you can probably guess what it is. So that's coming on Thursday, I think. So I'll probably have a video up on that then. So we're just kind of trying to get rid of the old stuff. I have a 2850 Intel 380 G4, phasing out HP. I don't want to deal with HP, and 2850 is really old. We don't want to deal with that either. So we're gonna get a solid 4 11th gen servers. Probably gonna go for 3R 710s. Didn't just give away what I got. And probably 1 210 for a PF Sense type application. So that's kind of it there. So I'm getting another R710, but I'm planning on getting one more R710. So I have 3 R710s and probably a 210. That's probably the plan. I don't really need more than that. That's perfect amount. And a 28U StarTech rack. If you guys have any ideas for third-party rails, let me know, because I don't want to spend $70 a rail kit. That's crazy. I don't want to do that. But let's get right into the objectives and some of the videos you can expect to see within the next couple weeks, couple months. We'll probably have the rack and the custom cabling and all that stuff in the managed switch. That'll all be in probably by the end of the year. So that's what I'm expecting to do. So the projects I'm expecting to do are a DCHP server. We'll have 2 servers for that. This is all virtualized, by the way. We're not doing obviously separate, stuff. You don't do that really in a home lab, and you really don't do that in production anymore. It's pretty much a virtualized kind of thing now. So 2 DCHP servers. I'll have to point my PF Sense to those DCHP servers. Not quite sure what I'll use for that, what OS. Probably Ubuntu just because of licensing, but maybe we'll use Ubuntu server because Windows server, because I get a ton of licenses through their Microsoft Imagine program. I'm gonna start up an Exchange server. So if you guys want to see Exchange mail server, I will be setting that up. A game server. If you guys have any suggestions on game servers, I can set up Minecraft servers, CS:GO servers, any Steam server. By the way, doesn't have to be any of those. I just really can't think of any, or any non-related game server. Just let me know. I can probably even host these for you guys. My server's pretty much always on. I got plenty of RAM. I got over in my cluster with just 2 servers. I have only with the new server coming in, the server I currently have now, I have only over 100 gigabytes of RAM. So plenty of RAM, very good network connection because I got business, and there's still 1 to 2 R710s coming in the future, maybe even an 810 or a 510. So we're definitely gonna have tons of power. 3 R710s, maybe. That's what I think I'll do. 3 R710s, maybe a 510 or disk enclosure. We'll either do 510 or disk enclosure, based on what I'm thinking, in a 210. So that's plenty of power. Okay, let's get right back into it. I'm going to rebuild my AD and DNS, just because I want to start from scratch. because of the next topic we're going to be covering. I'm going to build a secondary, because currently I only have one AD DNS server, and that's my primary. I want to build a secondary AD DNS, and I know I don't have to completely rebuild it, but why not? I just want to kind of start from scratch. I didn't really know what I was doing the first time around, and I just want to start from scratch, and then we can do that. I want to build a new AD forest for my domain name, to run a web server for some friends with a web panel, and I want to definitely have a DNS configuration just for that, so I can have like server dot this domain name. So definitely have a DNS set up for that. Even though I can do that with subdomains and such, I want to do it locally too. Set up a small SharePoint server, not to host anything on the SharePoint server, but just to learn how to set it up, because I think that's pretty essential. A lot of workplaces use that. A print server, those are pretty common. Print server. A web server, like I was mentioning, but not just any like Apache a web server or like a LAMP stack, nothing like that. Obviously, it will be running LAMP stack, but I want to do a web hosting panel. Either I'm going to go with ISP config 3, but I'm leaning towards Vesta CP. So I've used Vesta CP. I think I'm going to stick with Vesta CP, but we'll think about it. Windows 10 remote PC. So basically, when I VPN into my network, I have a open VPN on my pfSense for my phone, and yeah, pretty much that's it. But I want to have currently have a Windows 8.1 embedded, I think it is, client PC that I can log into, and I can transfer or log into the other machines from that client machine. So it's basically like a gateway machine I can log into with VPN and then control everything on my network if I had to. I want to upgrade that to just Windows 10 and delete the old Windows 8.1 client, just because overall I don't like Windows 8, and why even use it now when I can just do Windows 10. You don't even need to use a license key for Windows 10. You can just straight up use it and just use it without the personalization and stuff. It's not a big problem, just since it's a client PC. I'm going to do a CentOS test environment, which basically is just a couple, if not even just one CentOS a VM, just because I'm real familiar with like Ubuntu and Debian type Linux command line interface stuff, and so is Windows. I'm really good with the command line with Windows and stuff like that, but I'm not quite sure. I know like with CentOS it's like yum and stuff like that. I don't know how to use it, so I want to learn how to use that, just because I want to eventually test out CentOS web panel. And then finally, for my last idea, was a GNS3 host. Currently that's running on the 2850, but since I don't run the 2850 24/7 because it uses too much power for dual single core CPUs, I'm just going to run it on a VM, the GNS3. I didn't really set up anything in the end, so it really doesn't matter. So completely rebuild that on one of the new servers, just virtualize. Yeah, and I'm also going to, in the next, probably, whenever I get a managed switch, I'm going to do VLANs. I might even just do it with pfSense, I'm not quite sure yet. But definitely VLANs throughout the network, just so I can separate like home stuff from test lab stuff, all that stuff. And eventually, obviously, I need an APC. I had an APC, like a UPS, but the thing was, it was just a consumer one, and I just want to eventually get a actual rack mount one. So that will be coming in the next probably 5-6 months. We'll see. We'll see when that comes. But yeah, so those are my plans for the Homelab. Tell me if you guys want videos on each and every one of those. I think those would be some pretty cool educational kind of videos. I might configure things wrong. It's more of a test thing. It's more of a learning thing for me. But I know enough where at least it'll work. So you might not want to take my videos and put it right. Watch the video and set it up exactly in like an enterprise thing. But yet again, you probably wouldn't be watching the videos if you are in enterprise and are setting these things up. So it's just kind of a learning thing for both of us, and yeah, I think it's pretty cool. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Please rate, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you want to see those videos or specific ones of that list that I've told you. I have an Excel sheet actually made up that I really and I'm gonna do all this stuff whether I record it or not. So if you guys want to see videos on it, I can definitely do that. They'll be longer, obviously, because you're setting up these things, but that's fine with me. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys. Peace out.